Hey, if you hate facing objections, this video is for you because I'm going to give you a trick on how to not face objections. And if we haven't met, my name is Edita. I'm from VIE now, and I'm a former struggling network marketer. And I was struggling because I hated prospecting and it worked for me. I hated chasing people. I hated approaching strangers. I hated talking about my business to people who I knew, I felt wouldn't be interested. So obviously I wasn't getting anywhere until I found a way to get my ideal prospects to come to me instead and change my business and how I feel about network marketing, about my business, about myself. And working with objections or handling objections is actually, good morning, Mark, nice to see you. So handling objections is one of those things that so many network marketers, or all network marketers, actually hate. And we are never sure what to do and how to say, how to answer all sorts of different questions. And I know there are some standard questions about the price, about the time, about but there are sometimes there are ridiculous questions, and people normally get confused. And especially because I personally, especially because network marketing is a sort of a sensitive topic to start with. The public opinion about network marketing is sort of shaky. So a lot of network marketers, especially if you don't have the skills, are pushed into the corner very easily, and they kind of have this anxiety. I remember myself, I had anxiety about facing objections, and well, naturally I didn't want to face them because I knew I wouldn't know what to say, and I knew those people, my prospects, kind of had the right to actually give me those objections. But everything is down to your skills, believe it or not. And when you learn certain skills, that gives you confidence. And by the way, if you are watching, what is your most hated objection? Do you have, something that before you meet with a prospect, maybe you have something in your mind all the time? I don't want them to ask me this question, or to give me this objection. Let me know. I'll be curious to know. But here is the thing. Like I said, everything depends on the skills, and these skills, unfortunately, are not taught to you by your upline or your company or anyone at all. And even if people are taught how to handle objections, it's usually about handling objections. It's usually about reacting, how you react to an objection when they ask you. And while there will always be objections, there will always be questions, it's normal. There are certain things you can do to sort of neutralize objections in advance. And that's one of those things that experienced marketers know, and they use that. So, for example, if, you can say something like that beforehand. You basically, what you need to do is you need to assume objections. So you need to obviously understand your target market very well, know who your prospects are, and sort of assume what kind of objections they might actually give you in that specific stage of the process. Obviously, there will be different types of objections in different stages of the process, but in order to move them to the next step, what you need to sort of take your best guess of the potential objections they might have, and use this technique whether you are talking to somebody one-on-one or you are posting content one-to-many. Basically, I call it one-to-many relationship building or passive relationship building, or even, or especially actually, if you get to the stage of giving a presentation, if you still give presentations, you definitely need to have objection handling up front, basically inside of your presentation, right? Which will neutralize those objections. So, for example, we can assume that they might say something, it's too expensive, or they might ask, is it expensive to start? So before you hear this question, you can actually do something like this. Well, by the way, if you think that this might be too expensive, well, I totally get you, because I was exactly the same. And but when I found out the price, I understood that it's really not that expensive, especially when we talk about starting a business in terms of investment. It's not expensive at all. And when I heard about the potential, that sounded funny to me. And you can actually say these things as you talk to your prospects in advance. Let's say you exchange a few pieces of information about each other, and as you introduce your opportunity or product or whatever, you can actually say, by the way, just in case you think that this is too expensive, XYZ, and so on and so forth. Or, for example, when people find out, if you are at that stage of your communication with your prospect, maybe you are telling them that this is a network marketing opportunity, because we have to tell them that, right? So you can say something like that. Oh, and just in case you are thinking something like this is a pyramid scheme, I know what you mean, because I actually, when they were presenting this opportunity to me, I didn't understand the difference. And the difference is XYZ. So when you give this kind of information to your prospect up front, that neutralizes the objection, and that leaves no space for them to ask this kind of question. Besides, it gives you more credibility, because you are tuning into their mind, seamlessly, and they kind of get this feeling that you understand them. When you say something, well, look, just in case you are thinking this, I know how I was exactly the same when I was in your situation. So it creates a better bond with your prospect. It gives you more credibility. It gives you the posture that you need, to look confident. And so you will be more trustable to your prospect. And any experienced marketer, trust me, any experienced marketer uses this technique. If you read a long sales letter, sometimes you might not notice, but when you start noticing these things, you will see that marketers, copywriters actually use this technique a lot, especially in the kind of communication one-to-many, when you post your content and you don't even have a chance to address objections, because it's not a one-on-one kind of conversation, but people, when they read your content, they always have questions in their mind. Always. By definition, people are skeptical or even suspicious these days, because they've seen everything. So it's really not about handling objections. It's usually too late. Especially if it's passive relationship building, you don't even get a chance to answer those objections. And if they read your post and they have these objections in their mind, they are gone. If they're not sure about something, they're not gonna make a decision. Only when people are sure that, okay, I need to click this button or I need to ask for more information, only then they will do it. Otherwise they won't. So try and see if you can include this objection neutralizer in your communication with your prospects, and even if you are giving presentation, if you ideally create your own presentation and include a few objections. There are usually typical objections: money, time, pyramid scheme, I need to talk to my spouse, things like that. We know about these, and so we can assume them and we can address them in advance. It's the best way. And when they already give you questions, that puts you into defense and kind of takes your power away, or at least part of your power away, and then it becomes more difficult for you to overcome that objection. So try this and see how it works for you. And I hope this video was useful. And by the way, if you would like to discover how to recruit new team members without facing objections at all, and without having to prospect and chase anyone and do any other awkward stuff, grab my 3-step formula at viesnow.com/3 steps. Find the link in the description of this video. And thanks very much for watching. I hope you are having a great Monday. It's afternoon here in Ireland. In your world, probably it's morning for some, and it's probably night for some others. But anyway, have a nice Monday and a great week, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.